Unit. We're going to talk about a series of robberies that have been happening on the Northwest Division last week. We're trying to identify some suspects. So we are seeking your assistance in identifying the suspects in a series of robbery offenses that occurred between November 25th and November 30th in the Northwest Highway, Webb's Chapel area of Dallas. In each of these offenses, two suspects approached people on sidewalks or in parking lots, pointed a weapon at them, and demanded their property. Most of the time it was purses and wallets. The suspects are described as a Hispanic male, 30 to 35 years old, 5'7", 160 pounds, clean shaven and short hair. The second suspect is a Hispanic male, 30 to 35 years old, 5'4", slightly heavier at 200 pounds. He's a heavier built gentleman with a beard, and on several of the offenses he wore a black leather jacket. Other than the black leather jacket, the clothing descriptions varied among offenses. The vehicle common to all of these offenses is a tan Nissan four-door, probably a Sentra or a Maxima, a 1996 to a 2000 model. During these offenses, this vehicle either displayed a paper temporary plate or it had no plate at all. If you have any information regarding these suspects or this vehicle, please contact Detective Nordyke at 214-671-3638.
Anybody hurt in any of these incidents?
Not so far, no sir.
Do you know what kind of weapon it is?
A black pistol is all we know.
So one or both on?
One armed.
Tattoos, markings, anything that they could recognize them with, anything like that?
No sir, there's been no mention of tattoos.
Do they ask in English or Spanish?
Spanish. Several of the offenses specified Spanish. To date, all the victims have been Hispanic, and the suspect spoke Spanish in several of those offenses.
Were they hooded, disguised in any way, or just?
The clothing varied. On one offense, they were wearing a hoodie. On another offense, they were wearing a black jacket. Another offense, one of them was wearing a black and white shirt. So other than that black leather jacket that I mentioned on the second suspect, the clothing descriptions have varied.
What did they say?
Give me your money. Give me your purse. Something to that effect. There wasn't a whole lot of dialogue between the suspect and the complainants.
Was there a specific time frame, like say after like 8 o'clock or?
No, ma'am. There was, we're going to post that up here shortly. Time, some of them were around 11 a.m. to 12:30, 1 o'clock p.m. Some of them were late in the evening, 11 p.m. Some of them were early morning after midnight.
Were all the victims walking on the street or walking towards their car?
Yes, they were all on foot.
How many robberies were total?
We have 7 that I can confidently attribute to these gentlemen, yes.
Were they all coming from the same place, an ATM, something like that, where they were maybe followed? Or?
We have nothing or no information to indicate they were followed. Some of them were, walking to their apartment from another apartment. Some were coming out of a business or in a parking lot, coming or going. But there's nothing to indicate that they were followed from one location to the other with like a large sum of money or from an ATM machine or a check cashing store, nothing like that.
Victims, women? Men?
Both.
Both.
Male and female Hispanics of various ages,
So they're targeting Hispanic community mainly?
thus far.
What do you want to say to people in the community to be vigilant and aware?
Well, you should always be vigilant and aware of not just, two Hispanic guys in a tan Nissan Sentra, but particularly anytime you're in a parking lot, somebody approaches you that you don't know, you need to be aware, take action, whether that's running or making noise or going inside somewhere. But be alert, mainly. Know what's going on around you.
Did they take anything, just cash, credit cards, anything of that nature?
I believe one credit card was taken out of one of the wallets, but thus far it has not been used or attempted to be used by the suspects. It's mainly cash and contents of purses.
I mean, were the people able to take the money out of their wallets instead of just handing them the whole wallet? How did that work?
No, they're taking the whole thing. Well, one person may have had nothing but cash in their pocket, but they haven't given property back, or they've just taken whatever was given to them.
Okay, one more question. One more.
Thank you.